start your session, you might like to gather anything that you're going to need, perhaps a couple of blocks or firm cushions, a belt, an eye mask for the relaxation, and some water. And you can start by lying down for a couple of minutes or just sitting comfortably on a block. And just give yourself a moment to settle in preparation for your practice. You can close your eyes and tune into your breathing. Feel your body settling and your breath and your mind. And during the practice, try and keep an open mind and be curious. Let your practice unfold. Try and be present, because if you're attached to your past practice, you may limit yourself. Instead of discovering that today you can do something that seemed impossible before. Or on the other hand, you may injure yourself because perhaps last time you were able to do something which simply isn't right for you to attempt today. If you're attached to the future, you may end up striving too hard, which could result in injury, but also end up just doing exercise and losing the point of practicing yoga. The point of doing yoga is to aim for balance and inner harmony, which if you're struggling with yourself, is going to be elusive. It's great to set goals and develop a regular and disciplined practice, but during your practice, try and be a curious explorer of your own self, your mind, body, and spirit. In Zen, there's the concept of beginner's mind, which I really love, coming to everything fresh. I'm also very fond of the expression, no person ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and it's not the same person. That was, I don't know how to pronounce it, Heraclitus, who was a Greek philosopher born a very long time ago. Okay, so let's start, probably still sitting on a block towards the front edge of the block or the cushion, soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. And you can hold your feet, but if that pulls your shoulders forwards, maybe hold your ankles instead. If you practice Ujjayi breathing, you can do that in this pose. We're going to coordinate the breath with some neck movements. So as you breathe in, try and raise your breastbone, and as you breathe out, bring your chin down. You're trying to tuck it into the notch between the collarbones. And then breathe in, head level. Breathe out, take your head back so you get a nice opening in your throat. Breathing into the centre. And out, tuck your chin in. Breathe in and out. In, lifting the breastbone. Out. And once more, breathe in, lift your head. Breathe out. Take your head back. Breathe in, lift your head. Breathe out. And then breathe in, lift your head again. And if you want to, you can just gently move slightly bounce your knees just to loosen in the hips. Great. And then extend your legs in front of you in Dandasana. Keep the left leg straight. Try and keep the toes pointing up so your foot doesn't fall outwards or even inwards. Bring your right foot in close towards you. Interlock your hands behind your knee. And in a moment, I'll get you to breathe in as you straighten your leg. Breathe out as you bend it and tuck your chin in. We're going to coordinate that with the same neck movements from before. So it's going to be breathe in, straighten the leg, head back. Breathe out, bring your knee towards your chest, tuck your chin in. Total of 5. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Last one. And then breathe in, straighten your leg. Breathe out. Foot down. And just sit very upright again in Dandasana. We'll do the second side. Keep the right toes pointing straight up. Bend your left knee. If your hands were like that before, just bring the other hand on top behind your knees. And breathe in, straighten your leg, head back. Breathe out, tuck your leg in, tuck your chin in. 4 more, 1 more. Last one. And breathe in, straighten your leg. Breathe out, put it on the ground. Better get rid of the block for the next one. Perhaps I should do this one sideways on. So this one is same as before, but both legs. So you're going to put one hand behind each knee. Keep your knees together, keep your feet together. Just rock up to balance, and then as you breathe in, straighten your legs, take your head back. Breathe out, bring your knees in, and your chin in. Total of 5, so 2. And this is the last one. And then breathe in, straighten your legs. Breathe out, come back to Dandasana. I'll turn around to face you again. So left leg straight, toes pointing straight up. Bring your right foot, wherever is comfortable, onto your left thigh. So it could be here, further back, or you may be able to comfortably get your foot into half lotus. And then we're just going to hold the foot, the right foot holding the left hand, and lift and lower your knee. So breathing in, bring your knee up. Breathing out, take it down, only within the realms of what's comfortable. And that was 5 times. Breathe in, lift your knee, place your foot straight down, and then straighten your leg. If the knee's a bit stiff, just give it a good rub. And sit in Dandasana. And we're going to take the left foot onto the right thigh, wherever is comfortable for you. And I'll just hold the left foot with the right hand. And breathe in, lift your knee, breathe out, lower. That was 5. Lift your knee, place your foot down, and come to Dandasana. And let's just roll the shoulders, breathing in, forwards and up, breathing out, back and down. Twice more, breathe in. Nice exhalation. Other way. Breathe in, roll the shoulders back and up. Breathe out, forwards and down. Twice more. And nice exhalation. And Dandasana. And then cross your ankles, tuck your feet right back, swivel around, and then roll forwards. Come onto all fours. And try and have pretty much your wrists beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips. And shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Breathe in, lift your head, lift your bottom, stay there and breathe. And close your eyes, just explore the position. If you want to wriggle in it a bit, that's fine. And then exhaling, arch up, curl up, tuck your chin right in. And again, stay in that position, keep breathing. If you want to wriggle and loosen up, go ahead. And then breathe in, come to the flat back position. Your toes under. And exhale, come into down dog. From here to Uttanasana, let's try walking forwards. Lift your heels and your hips so you've got plenty of clearance space beneath you. Walk your feet forwards, maybe you can just get to here, in which case slide your hands back, or if you can come further forwards, just keep going. And Uttanasana. Lift your head, breathe in, lift your arms. Exhale, come into Tadasana. We'll go through a Surya Namaskara A. Breathing in, nice expansive movement. And breathing out, folding forwards. And I've just realised you can't see me. So hold on, stay in Uttanasana. I'm just going to raise the camera. And move my mat back. Sorry about that. I still can't see me. I need to raise the camera a little higher. That's going to work. You won't be able to see my arms, but it's the best we can do. So, once again, Surya Namaskara. Breathe in. If your hands don't reach the ground, you can bend your knees and place your hands forwards. It's really important before you go back that your hands are flat. Breathing in, look forwards. Breathing out, step or jump into the plank pose. Continue exhaling to Chaturanga. Inhale to the up dog. Exhale to the down dog. And stay here for a few breaths. This time to come to Uttanasana, try stepping. So again, you need your heels and your hips high, so there's space for this leg to come forwards. Breathe in, step one foot, then the other, and relax down. Uttanasana. And breathe in, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Going to do another one of those Surya Namaskaras. Breathing in, nice expansive arms. And out, fold into the forward bend. Relax your head and neck. Place your hands flat, no matter how much you need to bend your knees or put your hands forwards. Breathing in, look forwards, press your hands down. Breathe out, step, or perhaps jump to the plank and down to Chaturanga. Breathe in, coming to the up dog. You can have your knees on the floor, or maybe off the floor. Breathe out, down dog again. And this time to come to Uttanasana, you can walk, step, or you may be able to jump. Just get yourself nice and sort of bouncy. And float forwards, try not to wobble forwards. And Uttanasana. Coming up on the inhalation. Exhaling, Tadasana. And then, let's see if I go back a bit further. Step your feet apart and parallel, sort of generous hip or shoulder distance apart. Swaying palm. Breathe in, raise your arm. Breathe out, drop the hand towards the opposite ear. Breathe in, take hold of your wrist, and then breathe out. Lean to the side. Enjoy the extra space. On this side, you can bend that knee to take your hip down and create even more space. And inhale to the centre. Exhale, rest your arms. The other side, breathe in and out. Breathe in, take your wrist, and breathe out. Breathe in, come to centre. Breathe out. And now some exercises which I think are really important. Two versions of Uddiyana Kriya where you get some massage for your internal organs, organs of digestion, which I think are really important for general health and vitality, because if your digestive system is working well, working efficiently, you'll have more vitality. When your digestive system is sluggish, you will feel sluggish. So these exercises tone the digestive system. Obviously not to be done if you're in the process of digesting. You'll see that you need an empty stomach. Not to be done if you're pregnant. If you're having a heavy period, you may not feel like doing them, but if your period's light, well, use your own judgment. You can look away if you can't really cope with looking at people's bellies, but I'm going to need to demonstrate this. So you can see, bend your knees, hold quite firmly, but keep your arms soft, don't lock your elbows. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed. So the first exercise, you breathe in nice and steadily. You breathe out, bring your chin to Chalandara Bandha, and when you have no breath left, you pull your tummy back and up. So I'm just going to demonstrate that out. Let's start by breathing in and out. When you want to breathe in, just release your belly, release your chin. The second part is lifting and dropping a few times while you have no breath after exhalation. So for that one, you breathe in again and out. As before, tuck your chin in, exhale fully. When you want to breathe in, relax your tummy, relax the chin. You can carry on doing that. If you find that one quite easy, if you're quite familiar with it, let me come a bit closer. Okay, if you're quite familiar with it and find it very comfortable, you can try doing it in a different position, cross-legged, half or full lotus. So again, you're going to have your hands on your knees firmly, so I'm going to put a bit of pressure with the heels of my hands, but I'm going to keep my elbows and shoulders relaxed, or I'm going to try to anyway. So breathe in, breathe out fully, tuck your chin in, And just relax your belly, lift your chin, and you want to breathe in. And coming back to standing, use that. Still feet parallel. Do the forward bend, Padangusthasana, Padahastasana, and bind. Don't do it yet. If you're not very forward bendy, you might need to bend your knees and just dangle. If you are, you can start a bit closer by holding your big toes, 2 fingers joined to your thumb, and the second part is going to be palm under the sole of your foot. I'll talk you through that. So I'm going to raise my arms, you won't be able to see them, but you can do it anyway. Breathe in and out. Fold forwards, drop your head. If you can reach your big toes, hold them, and then breathe in, extend, look forwards. Breathe out, relax down. If you need a deeper pose, slide your palms under the soles of your feet, fingers pointing backwards. Again, you can breathe in, extend your chest forwards. Breathe out, drop your head. If you still need a deeper pose, you can take your hands behind you and interlock your fingers behind your heels. Release your hands, lift your head, coming up with the arms, breathing in and out. And now turn your feet out at 45 degrees, still with quite a nice wide distance between your heels. I'm just going to get the blocks handy to demonstrate this. So with your feet turned out, stand up tall, lift your chest, and just notice, some of you might feel that you're sort of collapsing inwards a bit, you've got more weight on the inner edges of the feet and the knees are rolling in. Try and correct that, drop your tailbone, try and balance your weight between inner and outer edges of feet. And then as you start to bend your knees, let your kneecaps point straight over your toes and still try and stay as upright as you can. Breathe in and lower. See if you can lower right down into a squat. That may not be possible. Some of you, your heels might want to come off the ground, so you might support each heel like that. Or for some of you, this might be really uncomfortable unless you sit on something. See, I've just got a couple of blocks. You might want to sit a bit higher. So you could sit supported and still do this position and get the stretch on your legs. I'm just going to get rid of the blocks. Now, in this position, you can also try the Uddiyana Kriya, lifting and dropping your tummy. It is a bit harder, but have a go if you want to. Breathe in. As you breathe out, tuck your chin, and when the breath's all gone, lift and drop your tummy a few times. You may want to just sit down and come into Baddha Konasana, or perhaps you'd like to try the crow balance Bakasana. This is a good place to start in this squat, trying to get your shoulders very low to your knees, hands in a nice strong position, same as dog pose position, and then lifting up, coming onto your toes. I'm just going to turn around now. Do it from the side. So knees pressing into the back of your arms as high as possible. Up on your tiptoes. Perhaps you can lift one or both feet. If you can get really high, you might have to jump back and come into plank and go through the vinyasa. But otherwise, just come down and we will come into Baddha Konasana, on or off the block as you prefer. Check your knees. And take a few breaths. Perhaps a forward bend. Keep your chest moving forwards, don't round. Try and bend from here, from your hips. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If bending forwards in this pose doesn't come naturally to you, you can take a chair, regular kind of kitchen chair, in front of you, hold on to the arms and just start to push it away, and that will help prevent you from curling up and rounding in your lower back. Okay, next, semi-supine pose. So lying on your back, feet apart. Have your toes slightly turned inwards. I'm just going to drink water. If you've got quite strong tummy muscles, sit quite close to your feet, you might just be able to roll down. If they're less strong, support yourself on your elbows and try and roll down so each vertebra reaches the floor after the one in front. And then relax for a moment. You might be able to hold your heels, doesn't matter if you can't. You're going to lift into the bridge pose, curling up, so tailbone coming up, sacrum, trying to lift vertebra by vertebra. Take as many breaths as you wish. If you can hold your ankles, you might like to have the fingers on the inside and the heels on the outside to encourage your shoulder blades to roll inwards so you create more width in your upper chest. Alternatively, you can interlock your fingers either with your wrists apart or press your palms together. Try to move your knees and your hips towards your toes, your chest towards your chin. So you're bending and you're also elongating. Breathe in, lift your arms vertical, and breathe out, take them behind you. That might help you to bring your chest and your chin closer together. And breathe in, come on to tiptoes. Nice and high. And exhale as you start to lower your spine. Take as many breaths as you like to roll down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. And then please down. Turn your hands now, so your palms are on the floor, if they will. Thumbs on the outside, little fingers on the inside. If you can, have your arms fairly straight. If they won't straighten, have them bent, that's fine. But just getting this action in your shoulders, which is in fact the action that you're aiming for in down dog, where you're trying to get the armpits to move towards each other and to widen across the back. Breathe in. Exhaling, bring your knees to your chest. Breathe in, arms vertical. And then breathe out, hug your knees. Breathe in. Exhaling, face towards knees. Keep breathing, soft wide shoulders. Inhale, head down. Exhale, straighten your legs, hold behind each knee, stretch the legs. Going to rock up to Navasana, boat pose. You might be able to rock up with straight legs, or you might prefer to bend your knees. It's a bit easier this way. And breathe in, rock up, and then straighten your legs. And exhale, cross your ankles, tuck your feet back, and do a vinyasa. Step back, or you might be able to jump back into plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, we'll stay a moment in the head up dog, knees down or up. Couple more breaths. And then exhale, stretch back into head down dog. Breathe in. And then exhale, come onto your knees. Inhale, slide your hands back. We're going to do Ustrasana, the back bend. Make sure you really tilt your hips, because as you bend here, you also want to lengthen. You don't want to squeeze your lumbar. So really tilting, lifting here, trying to keep your hips above your knees. If in doubt, if you have a bit of wall space, you can go and do this one against the wall. And if your back feels up to it today, take your fingertips to your heels. If that's not really stretching you, come up, flatten your feet so you've got a bit further to go. But keep the tilting here, the lifting here. Breathe in to come up. Just pause for a moment in the upright position. Breathe in, breathe out. Come to the head up, cat position. And just stay there a little longer. And then the arched cat, exhaling into it. Stay there and breathe. Into the flat back, breathe out, extended child, if possible sit on your heels, forehead on the floor, or you can use blocks to support the forehead. And breathe in, sit up. Kneeling now, if that's possible for you. Might help if you sit on a block, or if your ankles are stiff, you could roll something up, some clothing to put under your ankles. So just a simple twist, bring your arm across to the opposite knee, reaching behind, perhaps holding the opposite foot, so I've got my right hand holding my left foot, and turning to the side. Inhaling head to the front, exhale hands to the front. And then the other side, bring your hand to the outside of your opposite knee, hold behind the opposite foot, and turn to the side. Chest high, shoulders low. Inhale, head to the front, exhale, hands to the front. And you can lean back, straighten your legs into Dandasana. Sit on a block if you prefer. And then keep your left leg straight. Bend your right, bringing the sole of your foot onto the inside of your thigh. If your knee doesn't like to go too low, support it. If it doesn't like being closed up so that your heel is at the top of your thigh, you can just take it further away and maybe also support it with blocks. Starting with a twist. So I'm going to take my left hand on the inside of my left leg and my right hand behind. Just going to check that my left toe is still pointing straight up. And then to move a little deeper into the twist, I'm going to bring this hand to the outside of that knee. I'm going to reach round You might be able to grab your thigh or your clothing, or just have the hand at the back of your waist. And breathe in, turn your head to the front, breathe out, hands to the front. Forward bend, inhale, reach up, exhale, go down. Lift your head, breathe in, lift your arms, breathe out. Exhale, hands behind you so you can lean back, change sides as quickly or slowly as you need. And whenever you're ready, breathe in, reach up, breathe out, go forwards. I've got the twist. Come up again. Sorry, folks. Twisting, right hand on the inside of your right knee, left hand behind you, turn to the side. Just check the right toes pointing straight up. And then to go a little deeper into the twist, bring the hand across to the bent knee. And you can bring this hand behind your waist or hold onto your thigh or clothing. Breathe in, turn your head forwards, breathe out, hand forwards, and now we'll do the forward bend. Breathe in and exhale. Lift your head, breathe in, lift your arms, breathe out. Ardha Matsyendrasana, left leg straight, cross your right foot over so it's on the outside of your left knee. Sitting up, maybe on a block, and turning to the right. You can wrap your left elbow around your right knee and place the right hand behind. Or if you want a deeper twist, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee so your forearm is along your thigh, right hand behind. Or maybe as before, you take the hand behind your back and your waist. And look over your back shoulder. Or if your neck's not doing too great, just look forwards as I'm doing. And breathe in, turn your head to the front. Breathe out, lean back, change legs, straighten one, bend the other. Turn side again. Sit up nice and lifted. Either wrap your right elbow around your knee or place your elbow on the outside, arm alongside your thigh. And left hand behind, on the floor or on your back. Inhale, head to the front. Exhale, under your arms. I'm going to do that again. So you can either go back to left leg straight, right leg crossed over, or if it's possible, bring your left foot back so it's sticking out to the side, beside your hip, and your right ankle is beside that knee. So if you can sit up and feel pretty steady instead of like you're falling to one side, do that. Otherwise, straighten this leg. Block might help as well. So once again, twisting to the right, could be elbow wrapped around or arm alongside your thigh, or you may be able to bind. If you can get your upper arm against your knee and do this strange sort of twisting action with your elbow, pointing your fingers back under your leg, and then taking this hand behind so the fingers join. They won't quite join, but you're almost there. You can use a belt. And either look to the side or behind you. Breathe in, head to the front. Breathe out slowly and do lean back, change sides. So the top leg goes under, foot goes round beside the hip, and this foot crosses over, ankle beside your knee. And sit up. Turn to the left, and whichever arm position you're doing on this side, wrapping arm alongside your thigh, or pointing your fingers back and binding. Breathe in, turn your face to the front. Breathe out under your arms. Lean back, both legs straight. Dandasana. And then Paschimottanasana, sitting forward bend. Maybe sitting on the block. If your legs are tight, perhaps tucking block under your knees like that, or like that, so you're not over stretching. And also to enable you to find the hinge in your hips, so you're bending from here and not kind of curling up over your legs. Breathe in. And out. Oh, and of course you can use the belt around the arms and shoulders relax, not this kind of thing. Breathe in, breathe out, hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards. Spread your palms and your fingers, the Purvottanasana. Breathing in, lifting your chest, straightening your arms, tucking your shoulder blades down. And then if you want, you can exhale, lift your hips, press your feet down. Or if that's a bit much, place your feet apart and do this one. Exhale and sit. I suggest now you do some pranayama. You could do Viloma pranayama. I've got the information about that on my website, supennington.com. And you will be familiar with it, my regular students. It's breathing in 4 stages, little pauses between each stage. You may choose, when you've completed inhalation, bring your chin down into Jalandhara Bandha, hold the breath for a few moments, and then release Jalandhara Bandha and exhale just one stream of breath. You can do a few rounds of that. And of course, don't omit Shavasana. But this has all been building up to have a really great healing Shavasana. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.